What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction. I'm very excited to be getting back into Hell's Paradise. New episode, episode 11. Off the last one, Gabimaru's finally starting to grow a little bit. Well, he already has been throughout most of the show. Since we've met him, he's been growing a lot and finding out about his own emotions and realizing that it's not really a handicap, but he's kind of battling his training and how he's been raised as a shinobi, and that, you know, his emotions have been kind of getting in the way of that, and he doesn't know whether that's okay or not, just because he's so used to being a killing machine. But we've seen a lot of growth, and especially in last episode, in the fact that he finally realized, okay, no, what I was just talking about before he got into a fight with, I think his name is Tamiya. I think we finally figured out his name, or at least I did. You know, finally, it's clicking now. They were about to, you know, go head to head, and they were kind of taunting each other. And obviously, rank 9 of Simon, he was like kind of like the rest of us, like, come on, like, stop this shit, like, come on, like, this is a good time to find out some information from each other, or you know, do something of good instead of just fighting each other. Like, what, especially after what we've seen the Tenshin are capable of, and after Gabimaru just got out of that fight with that Tenshin, he finally realized, like, yeah, okay, hold on, I need to switch up my tactics. And this is where he brought up, he kind of like kneeled down and bowed his head, like, we should group up and share information, this and that, blah blah blah. And that is a good thing, because that's really what needs to happen right now if we want to have a chance of fighting these Tenshin, because as we can see, we have no chance if we don't at least group up. And then the other thing that we're figuring out, which was the main focus of last episode, is this thing called, I think it's called TAO. Yeah, TAO, which is basically like yin and yang, or like the middle way, which is kind of lining up with Sagari's resolve, or her conviction, and what she found out about herself. Like, her way is the middle way, and that's what gives her the confidence and her strength to be able to execute people, or just really in her swordsmanship skills in general. So that was a nice little connection that we got through learning about TAO last episode. And basically, TAO is like feeling the energy around you, and all these people, everybody has TAO. It's just a matter of how you use it and how much potential you have to hone it. Train as much as you can to get used to using it, so you can feel all of these things around you, which is where we are getting most of that concept or idea from Shion, because he's blind. He's blind, yet he's very, very capable and can, you know, function like any other normal human being, even though he can't see. So that's how he uses TAO, and he has a very good understanding of it already. And then we're learning about it through, you know, Mr. Groot that's fucking traveling with Sagari and Yuzihira and Senta, you know, trying to catch up with Mei and Gabimaru. And so we were learning about it through him as well. And then also we saw right towards the end of the episode, the blonde guy and his brother Assignmon, they just got out of that pit, and they were like, blonde guy's ready to fucking go. He's like, yo, nah, I'm getting my fucking revenge. And so this is where we see that these doshi pull up, and the doshi seem to be kind of like the right-hand men, or, you know, like the assistants to the Tenshin. And basically what their mission is right now, or what the Tenshin told them to do, is go see what they're capable of and kind of test the people that have come on this island, like Gabimaru and everybody. Which, although we've already seen how capable some of them are, especially with Gabimaru going up against that one Tenshin, and they kind of had that conversation. And it seems that you continuously drink the Tan, or the elixir of life, to continue to give you those properties. Because if you use too much of your power, then you can end up like what we saw with that one Tenshin, where she was kind of looking like a tree, or they were kind of looking like a tree after they exerted all that power, and, you know, kind of down in the dumps, like really weakened. So it seems this elixir is something that you continuously drink. At least that's what I get the memo of, you know, seeing her or them in that kind of position of that tree-like state. And then once they drank more of the elixir, they were back, you know, to normal, kind of healthy looking, and not like looking like that tree and whatnot. So that was really cool to see. So I'm assuming this episode we're going to catch back up with blonde guy and his brother and see if they actually end up taking out this doshi, because the doshi are obviously capable of like regenerating, because the blonde guy took off his arm, but his arm regenerated, and they're also very good at using TAO. And that's what we were kind of getting an explanation of, like, you know, the blonde guy's strong, but he has no understanding of this thing. And in the doshi, that we were in his mind, like kind of seeing like how he thinks about the situation, and the reason he thinks he's going to be able to overcome and like the blonde guy's not going to be able to take him down is because he doesn't have an understanding of TAO. So I'm assuming this episode we're going to get like most of the groups like how Gabimaru and them are taking out a bunch of these monsters right now. There's a Doshi behind them seeing what they're capable of. So I feel like they're going to get their own little training session of how to understand Tao, also since Mei is there to try and help them out as best as possible, even though her vocabulary is kind of restricted. I mean, it's better than nothing. And then hopefully Sagari and them catch up with them, and so that's like one big group there. And then I'm hoping as well, you know, the blonde guy and his brother, and then Senka and Shion eventually meet up with them, because if we can make this one big group of everybody that we have left on this island, that would be huge. But then again, I could see, you know, Shion and Senka still being on their own, or, you know, the blonde guy and his brother still being on their own, because they're used to just relying on each other, so that's definitely seeable. But Senka and Shion, also I could see them just still being on their own. But regardless, as long as we got Tamiya, Rank 9 Simone, Sagari, and Gabimaru and Mei, all of them meeting up, that's already a bigger group than what we had before. But if we could get literally everybody, that would be huge. That would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to get into this. If you guys enjoyed the reaction, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe for new, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. Let's get into it, man. Episode 11, Weak and Strong, Hell's Paradise. Okay, opening immediately. We love to see that. Oh, damn, right, you see, right where we left off. Yeah, this is where they cliffhung us, bro. He just got fucking decimated through his throat. He ain't dead yet. Yeah, no. Oh! I just realized too, his brother, the Simon, sounds very familiar voice actor wise. I just can't pinpoint who it is, who I recognize it from. Bro, he's a more of a meathead, but he picks up on things quickly. And it's already larger. So that's what I'm saying. He picks up on things quick. Like he's like almost like a natural, like a prodigy. Even though he's a meathead and he doesn't seem like the smartest person ever, bro, he picks up on shit quick. Oh shit! Really just broke his arms, then he like just fixed him back up. Yeah, see, he doesn't even really realize it himself on what's happening. He just adapts very quickly, as his brother said. Damn, so he took his own eye just to prove that he's not one to be messed with, and also protect his brother. Whoa. This man is not one to be fucked with, obviously. Bro, his eyes. Why did his eyes just change all of a sudden? He got done taking care of the nobodies. Yo, these two are nasty, bro. Yeah, dude, he is picking up on this stuff so quickly. See, that's what I'm talking about. How he just said he needs to practice, and he picks up on it so quick. He might be our best asset. If they grouped up with us, that would be fucking great. That's what I'm saying, bro. If everybody grouped up and like devoted themselves to learning this Tao thing, because he's picked up on it super quick. I knew it. This episode's gonna be more of like focusing on that, like everybody practicing on how to use it. But he's the quickest so far. This guy is insane. Yeah, and this thing is affecting him, and he's a special case, I feel like. Oh, it's similar. She has something like that. She keeps on saying strong, weak. So that's what I'm saying. I think she's trying to explain like you gotta be in between. See, that's too strong. So they're both just going through it with how they usually do, which is just brute force, relying on their own strength. But you gotta be like precise and like in the middle with it, as Mr. Groot was saying to Sagari and them.
崖を不思議な力で削って逃げたように見えた。普通の人間にはそんなことはできない。
Yeah, and see her eye in that moment. We didn't get to see that before, but Gavin thought back to that moment, and her eye was that blackish red, and we just saw that with the blonde guy. So the blonde guy is somehow starting to become more like her. You're my underling. Yep, see, he's finally getting involved. And the other Doshi. Okay, yep, see, so she's just like the rest of them, very old, but she's been banished. She's like, fuck no. Fuck all that, nah. Why would I want to return to a place that I've been banished from?
どういう経緯か知らないが、このお方は本来お前たち人間と共にいていい存在ではない。やはり人間ではなかった。どうか蓬莱へ。I
mean, I feel like that much was at least clear. Pretty much from the get-go.
これ以上厄介事に関わっては先を見失うかもしれん。
これは我々の問題だ。
I don't give a fuck.
そうだよな。事情も知らんし、勇み足かも。そもそもわしの柄じゃないし、面倒だし。また泣かれてもかなわんし、それだけでもよしとするか。
とんだ邪魔だが、どうせお前たちを単にするために我らは来たのだ。
Wait, what? There's another one.
連れて帰る。
They're wearing the same. Is it literally a different Doshi, or are they like twins or something? Oh, and is he the one that makes the butterflies? And, oh, and the bugs. He's ready to get his get back. Oh, see, they just used the TAO. This is your guys' chance. This is how you figure out how to use it. Oh, damn! Oh! I just realized they kind of look like insects too. So yeah, they're definitely the ones that make these insects. Yeah, damn right. I like how he's actively thinking about how he wouldn't have done this before and seeing how he's changed. He's like, you know what? This is for the better, or he thinks it might be for the better. He doesn't feel bad about his different actions. Yeah, these enemies are stupid as fuck. He's like, yeah, let me teach you before you guys get fucked up. And it's like, bro, you're literally gonna teach them and they're gonna get the hang of it and then you're gonna get rocked. Oh, so maybe this is why Tenzin, or we see the pink girl always having intercourse. Oh, damn, they're really giving us the description here with the background visuals, huh? My dude's watching? Yeah, ew, what the
メイ様は
fuck?
天仙様と同じ出自でありながら陰の気しか持たない劣等種。このままのたれ死ぬか、我らの修行相手として蓬莱にとどまるか。メイ様の傷はリエン様がつけた。そのための目印なのだ。
Bro, y'all fucked up telling that story because that is just pissed them off. It's pissed me off. Like, bro, what?
どうか我らの修行の
Yeah,
ため
just let us have sex with you if you want to stay alive. Like, what?
超気持ち悪いなてめえら。
上陸してから自分らしくない。いや、自分でも知らなかった自分を見てばかりだ。少し驚いている。わしはそういうのが許せんらしい。
Yeah, he's thinking about his wife, bro. If that happened to her, oh nah, yeah, bro. If you put yourself in those shoes and you think about what that could be like for your own position or whoever you are partnered with, or you know your loved one, like hell nah, fuck no. What the fuck?
威力は天仙様ほどではないが、やはり見えん。不可視の力。タオ。
Come on, when are you guys gonna get the hang of it?
もっとはっきり知覚しないと戦いにならん。こんな相手につまずいている場合じゃないのだが、何かは感じるが、それだけだ。見えはしない。
So it was like how the blonde guy was first sensing something, but he didn't pick up on it yet. But he picked up on it a lot quicker, and I think that's because he's becoming more like Mei, where he has these like scars on his neck, his arms.
あなたは心を弱くしなければならない。強さと弱さの両方がなければ感じられない。
心を弱くする。
So maybe he needs to start thinking a little bit less, like just get into a flow, because he's constantly thinking of the next thing, and that's like his shinobi training that's instilled in him.
いや、もういい。大体わかった。
え、大体ってちょっと待って。
he made a real big Damn, his Tao is like that apparently too. Yeah, his fucking village chief. His village chief knows too fucking much, bro. I would love to learn more about him too.
タオの動きから攻撃の意思や方向が読み取れる。
Yep.
背後の気配もはっきりわかる。自分の弱さを受け入れて、初めて相手の弱さも感じられる。
There we go. So this is a bit of build up through his whole journey on this island, and ever since we met him, he needs to accept the weaknesses of his own self, and then he can view it and sense it from all around him, and that's literally Tao, which will make him stronger beyond belief. And he's getting, it just reminded himself of Sagari, who's inspiring him now.
その意志や方向がわかる。まるで一滴の水が周囲とぶつかり、大きな波紋を作る様がわかるように。
まるで
He's like the Tensen. Oh nah. Yo, yeah, nah, it's over. It's over for you. Got both of them in one hit, one kick.
この短い間にタオを感知しただと。
Yeah, both Gabimaru and the blonde guy are like our best bets right now. Our best fucking
天仙
bets.
様の居場所は。
待て主役を置いて射程が目立ってんじゃねえ。とどめは俺がさ。
射程じゃない。
Nasty. And they're actually entering the actual Horai, which I don't even think got like I think they're ahead of Gabimaru now. Oh, and look who's waiting for you. Damn, and you cliffhangers there this time, bro. Nah, dude. Ah, damn, bro. That was wild. That was a good episode. That was so fucking gas. Alrighty, guys. What another amazing episode of Hell's Paradise. That was so cool to see. Basically, like I thought, this episode was going to be mainly focused on learning. Like, we got the concept of TAO last episode and what it is and how everybody has the capabilities of using it. It's within all living creatures, but Whether you have the capability or the potential to hone it and use it is another story. But every living creature has this energy that you call it, like sort of yin and yang within themselves. And as we just learned in this episode too, it goes a little bit even deeper than that, where you either have one or the other, yin or yang, basically. And how you create both, or you get used to using both, or hone both of those powers for yourself, is by having basically intercourse. And that's why we see the Tensen always fucking all the time, basically. I mean, and I thought, I didn't really think, I didn't really foresee that, I guess, but I did find it kind of odd, especially since we always saw the pink-haired Tensen, for example. Like, she's around with everybody all the time. It seems like that's like what she loves doing most, is she just loves having sex with everybody. And I just found that kind of odd. I was like, damn, bro, like, she really... Like, cause we saw her fooling around with the blonde Tensen when we first met the Tensen, and then we saw her fooling around with the Tensen that we just saw at the end of this episode, the red hair Tensen, and then as well as in this episode, as the Doshi was explaining it, she was having intercourse with someone else, whether it was the blonde guy again or something. I don't know. Who knows? But that's basically how they continuously ramp up their TAO, because to have the best TAO is to have both of them, yin and yang. You usually have one. So if you say, for example, you're a male and you have yin, then if you were able to turn into a female, that would be yang. Or you would have to find a female that has yang, and then boom, that's the way you would produce or continuously improve both of your yin and yang for your TAO. Whereas same vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on which one you have as a female or a male. So that is very intriguing in itself. That's pretty cool info that we got. But like I said, most of this episode was centered around actually figuring out how to use it and practicing so that we are ready for whenever we go up against the Tensen again. So, right in the beginning of the episode, we get right where we left off. See the blonde guy get his throat punctured again. It's like, oh shit. But sure enough, as I had thought, I mean, even though it was a cliffhanger, I was like, there's no way he's down for the count. Sure enough, he gets right back up pretty quickly and continues to fight, and then looks back at his brother like, what are you doing? Like, keep focusing on the fucking nobodies, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though he just almost, like, it looked like he almost just died in front of him, he quickly got up and was like, yo, keep focusing on the nobodies. Like, let me, I got this guy, you know what I'm saying? And slowly but sure, not even slowly, no, very quickly for the blonde guy, very, very quickly, he starts picking up on this TAO right away. Like, he started talking about like how he senses something, and then as he kept on fighting, he was like, okay, now I can actually see it. And he keeps on fighting again, and he's like, oh shit, now I can use it. He's like, what if I wrap myself around this shit? And then he uses it, and that's how he takes out the Doshi. So he picked up on it tremendously quick, like very, very quickly. I think that's thanks to, because we were getting hints here and there throughout that fight that he had with that Doshi, and also his brother paying attention to those scars on him. He has these like scars on his arms, around his neck, and it seems like they were potentially maybe getting bigger as he was fighting. And you know, obviously we saw that his brother getting a little bit worried. Like, I'm glad he's alive, but like, is he okay? And the Doshi was saying, like, did he fuse with the vines or something? Is that what's going on? Like, is that why his TAO is starting to improve so quickly? Like, and we already knew from his brother too that like and just from the way that this character acts, like, he adapts very quickly. Like, he learns everything. Like, he's a master of adaptability, basically, is what his brother said. So that makes a lot of sense on how he picked up on this so quickly. But I think it also has to do with, like, maybe he's a special case like Mei for whatever reason, because Mei was apparently originally a Tensen like the rest of them, but was banished because she only had one. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can only stay a female. Because, like, since she's a female and has yin, if she was like the rest of the Tensen and able to turn into a male, then that means that she would also have yang. But since she can't turn into a male, she only has the one. And basically, they were like, nah, fuck that. Like, get the fuck out of here. You can either die like a dog, or you can continue to help us train, which is basically like, let us continue to have sex with you so we can make ourselves stronger and keep our strength up, which is just fucking disgusting. And obviously very quickly enraged Gabimaru and also Tamiya as well. Like, they both have, it seems, very nice morals, and you know, we're like, nah, fuck that. I can't imagine some shit like that. And immediately Gabimaru thinks of his wife, and like, if, you know, how much he loves her, and if she was in a position like that, like, oh nah, it would be raps, bro. Like, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you. Like, That is just disgusting behavior. So we figured out her background and how that happened to her and why it happened to her. And, you know, like I said, they were training the whole time, like fighting these two doshi and trying to figure out how they could use TAO and trying to decipher her words. And finally, rank 9 Asamo kind of figured it out and deciphered her words, since she has a limited vocabulary and whatever is going on with her. And so Gabimaru put his hand out, and, you know, she can kind of feel like what type of what he has, yin or yang in him. And as they, you know, rank 9 explained, like, after she touched him, like, okay, you need to weaken your mind. So that's what I thought. Is like, okay, maybe he needs to stop thinking so much on what the next move is. Like, obviously still think about what you're doing, but like not like every step, and really have your mind, you know, kind of everywhere. It's almost like paranoia at that point. So like, you need to calm your mind, weaken your mind, and be kind of in this flow state. And he picked up as soon as he understood that, and he felt that feeling when Mei touched him. He was like, okay, I bet. I got it. And then, as we see, he went the fuck off and took care of the two doshi like it was nothing, with a little bit of help of Tanya, but I don't think Tanya has really figured out TAO yet. Maybe he will after Gabimaru's figured it out, because they have a funny relationship already. He keeps on calling him underling. It's like, bro, he just figured it out before you. If anything, you're the underling, because you're going to be, you know, still figuring it out, and maybe even ask him for tips or something, since he did figure it out. But still, really cool to see all throughout this episode them, like, get that understanding of TAO. So it looks like the blonde guy picked up on it very quickly. That's a huge asset. Gabimaru just picked up on it. That's a huge asset. And Mei was saying herself, like, once he finally got the hang of it and he was resonating it, she was like, oh fuck, like, TAO big, like, damn, like, you know. So Gabimaru already seems like he's on the level of a Tencent, and that's like the same thing that Doshi said. So it's like, all right, he's already in a better position. He's ready to fuck shit up, and he's able to take them on now. So that's cool. Blonde guy, Gabimaru. And then we also got Shion, who was already used to using TAO and is, you know, kind of indirectly teaching it to Senka. So those three groups right now are our best bet. And I'm hoping that they all converge and group up at one point, because obviously they're heading towards the same goal, they're heading towards the same area, and they're fighting the same enemy. So it'd be ideal if they all grouped up. And as we saw at the very end of the episode, Sagari and them are the first ones to actually enter Horai, and there's a Tencent immediately waiting for him. Just took off the head of the little group guy. I don't know if that actually ends his life. I doubt it, but then again, who knows? But obviously this red-haired Tencent is waiting for us, and that is not good, because all of these people here, Sagari, Yuzihira, and Senta, I don't think they're going to stand a chance, but Sagari might be able to stand a chance because of her conviction and resolve, which we already know is the middle way. So she might have already gotten a shortcut, not really a shortcut, but already an understanding of TAO, thanks to the conviction that she needed and gained through cutting off Rokotora, I think that's his name, Rokotora's head, and that battle they kind of had with that big baby motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, Genji was the one that was saying that was her conviction, and sure enough, she was able to cut off his head and actually land blows, and she's one of the strongest of Simone, obviously proven that. It's just, you know, in this world that she's a woman, she's most unlikely to become the next leader of the clan. But with her strength, she's definitely the most likely to become the leader of the clan. It's just a matter of if she actually earns that is given that respect that she fucking deserves. So I'm thinking maybe we might be surprised, because I was thinking, okay, we got these three groups that just learned about TAO and how to use it. Gabimaru, Blonde Guy, Shion, and Senka. They already have a good understanding of it. But mainly from all those three groups, like mainly Gabimaru, Blonde Guy, and Shion, those three, boom, we're good, right? They meet up, awesome, that's what we need. That would be ideal. And then we got Sagari and their group that just got to there, so they're ahead of everybody else, basically. So I'm assuming Gabimaru is going to come in and help out, or like they're going to try and meet up and start heading to Horai again, and hopefully meet up with Sagari and them while they're in the middle of this fight. Or I'm thinking, since, you know, Gabimaru was starting to think of Sagari as he learned how to use TAO, and was, you know, kind of seeing how he realized, like, you know, he needs to accept the weaknesses within himself, and that's allowed him to sense all the weakness, or the weak energy around him, which is really what's catapulting his strength even further. Is, you know, all of this stuff that he's gone through this season, where he's understanding his emotions, thinking that's weakness, but it isn't. It's making him even stronger. So that is amazing in itself. And then he also thinks back to how a lot of these changes, like he's been learning that through Sagari, as well as Sagari learning through him. And so They might be the best like dynamic duo that we could fucking think of, honestly. So that's why I'm thinking we might be surprised and see Sagari actually go off against this Tenzin, because her conviction is already sort of that mindset or idea of the middle way, weak, strong. You know what I'm saying? Like the combination of both, and that catapults your strength way further than you would think. You know what I'm saying? So I think we might be surprised, because my first reaction was like, oh shit, they're ahead of them. They might get rocked right here. But since they have Sagari, we might be surprised, bro. Sagari might go the fuck in and actually be one of our best assets as well for fighting the Tenzin, since she already has that conviction. So amazing episode. Can't wait for the next one. And I'm curious, is there already an episode count? Okay, so we got 2 more. So we got 2 more weeks of this. That's good. I'm glad about that, because it's starting to get really good. I'm really enjoying this, and that was a superb episode. And seeing everybody practice and learn about TAO, get the hang of it. At least one person from each group, right? So that was cool as fuck. So now we're ready. As long, like I said, it's ideal that we group up, and if we do, then that's like best case scenario, because we got one from each small group that can use TAO, and that is huge, because then we can actually take on the Tenzin, and we might actually be able to make some progress and fucking move forward. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be lit. This shit's starting to heat up. I'm fucking with it. So another amazing episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If y'all did, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know when the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.